This Indian does not carry any prohibited items during the security check at the US airport. But he is taken to the security room by the police and treated as a terrorist just because he is a Muslim. After repeated inspections, the police finds that there is indeed nothing wrong with him. But that flight has already taken off. He's going to Washington, D.C. Police asks, why are you going to Washington, D.C.? He says, I'm going to meet the President of the United States. Are you and the President distant relatives? He denies. He just wants to tell the President something. The policeman teases him. Then when you see the President, help me say hello to him, okay? He agrees generously and writes it down seriously, but he has to finish what he wants to say first. I have to say to him, my name is Khan. And I'm not a terrorist. Today, we will talk about an Indian high score movie. My name is Khan. His name is Rizwan Khan, and he was born in Mumbai, India. Since childhood, he has been suffered from Asperger syndrome, also known as autism. Difficulty communicating, fear of strangers. Even getting contact with families is very resistant to him. Very sensitive to high brightness colors, especially afraid of yellow. At that time in India, due to the lack of medicine, no doctor could even explain what illness Khan had. But his mother felt that she just needed to give Khan all her love. In 1983, a major riot broke out between Hindus and Islamists, and more than 600 people were killed in just one day. Khan heard some extreme comments on the street. Many Muslim brothers who were overly angry were advocating that Hindus should pay for their debts with blood. Mother taught Khan to remember one thing. There are only two kinds of people in this world, good people who do good things and bad people who do bad things. This is the only difference between human beings. When he was a child, he spent a few days in his father's repair shop and taught himself the maintenance skills. After a heavy rain, he even built a water pump to solve the flood problem for his neighbors. From then on, Khan became famous. People lined up to repair electrical appliances. His mother was also very proud of Khan and told everyone that her eldest son was a genius. But she ignored the younger son's feelings. The other son, Zakir's also a smart kid. But no matter what award he won, it couldn't be worth the same as his brother repairing appliances. Zakir was very jealous of his brother because of this. He turned his anger into hard working. At the age of 18, he received a full scholarship from the University of Michigan. Then, like most international students, he started a family and a business, and never returned to India. However, Zakir still abides by tradition, married a Muslim wife who works as a teacher. He runs a skincare product company and has achieved success in business. He wants to bring his mother to the United States, but her mother says she would not go anywhere without Khan. Zakir could only agree to apply for immigration for his brother. But before the immigration is completed, their mother died of illness. Before her death, Khan promised his mother that he would live a happy life like his younger brother. Khan then immigrates to the United States with Zakir, even though he is afraid of the unfamiliar environment. Zakir's wife, who teaches psychology at the university, immediately discovers that Khan has autism. So the considerate sister-in-law immediately buys Khan a video camera. This allows Khan to see the world through the lens, greatly alleviating his fear. Later, the sister-in-law brings Khan to the Autism Association. After diagnosis, the senior president concludes that Khan's current condition is already severe in autism. Although his behavior is weird, he can at least express his feelings. This shows that Khan's mother has put a lot of effort for this. After the explanation, Zakir now finally understands his mother's difficulties and his brother's misfortune. If he wants his brother to live a happy life, self-reliance must be the first priority. So Zak arranges for Khan to work as a salesperson in his company and go to salons to promote their products. This is not easy for Khan, and he is so honest and never exaggerates the effects of his products, which makes it harder for him. While crossing the road once, Khan encounters the terrifying yellow zebra crossing. He suppresses his fear and walks to the middle of the road with difficulty. People around him starts urging him. Angry passengers hurls nasty words at Khan. Khan feels like the whole world is collapsing. Just then, a burst of heavenly sound comes from behind, guiding Khan to cross street safely.
Are you okay? Hey, look, डरने में कोई बुराई नहीं है. बस अपने डर को इतना बड़ा मत बना दो कि तुम्हें आगे बढ़ने से रोक दे. Okay? All right, bye.
The woman's sweet voice immediately brings Khan back to a stable state. Khan's soul also follows the woman's voice, then enters a hair salon. The woman's name is Mandira. Seeing his difficulties, she orders 6 sets in one go. But Khan is only willing to sell 4 sets, because she won't be able to use it up if she buys too much. This behavior leaves Mandira a better impression of Khan. After this event, the two establishes business and friendship. Khan learns that Mandira was divorced and had a son named Sam. Mandila went through an arranged marriage when she was 19 and followed her husband to the US. As a result, she was abandoned by her husband, who found a new girl, and even refused to pay alimony for a few years. Khan scolded this man for being worse than an animal. After that, he kept talking about marrying me. Mandila was very angry after hearing this. But Khan did not give up and began to pursue Mandira with all his heart. Khan thinks if he can't handle the big one, starting with the small one then. Taking Sam to the museum and winning an intelligence competition with his superior IQ. So Sam gets the prize he has always wanted. After knowing Khan more, Mandira also feels Khan's determination, but she still couldn't get over the shadow of her previous relationship. Mandira had nothing when she got divorced. In order to survive with Sam, she traveled to almost all places in San Francisco. Khan doesn't believe it. It's impossible. He feels like she must be lying. So Mandira said, "If you could take me to a place I've never been, or take me to something I've never seen." Before Mandira could decide on the bet, Khan suddenly interrupts, "You will marry me." Mandira thinks for a second and agrees with a smile. Then Khan disappears for many days, day and night, and finally finds a place. Early in the morning, he knocks on Mandila's door, and then takes Mandila to the top of the mountain. A sea of clouds and San Francisco slowly unfolds. Khan asks, "Have you seen this scenery?" Looking at this unparalleled scenery, Mandila is stunned and shakes her head. So she says to Khan, "Marry me?" Hearing those words, Khan covers his face shyly. In the end, all the hard work paid off with the beauty in his arms. Khan immediately shares his joy with his brother. But Zakir is firmly opposed to the marriage because Mandira is a Hindu. It's so different from Muslim customs. Marrying a Hindu is tantamount to desecrating Allah. Zakir threatens his brother that if you dare to marry her, we will sever our relationship. But Khan does not give in. He always remembers his mother saying that no matter what they believe in, there are only good and bad people, and there is no other difference besides that. Soon Khan and Mandira holds a wedding. Of course, Zak is not present, but his wife still sends their blessings. Mandira and Khan opens a hair salon after marriage. Sam also takes Khan's Muslim surname, and the family lives in harmony and happiness. But just a few years, enjoying the good times, the 9/11 incident breaks out. At the same time, the United States launches an invasion of Afghanistan in the name of counterterrorism. Khan has a very good neighbor who is a land reporter. He goes to Afghanistan to report and loses his life. Sam and his neighbor's son Ritz are close friends. But due to his father's death, Ritz no longer interacts with Sam because Sam's last name is a Muslim. Sam wants to explain it to Ritz. But they are mistakenly thought by other senior students that the two has a conflict. Unreasonably labels Sam as a terrorist, and then he is beaten by a group of classmates. Sam refuses to beg for mercy and is beaten to death. Since there are no witnesses, the police has no lead to start with. Mandira is extremely grieved and blames her son's death on Sam's Muslim surname. She believes that his union with Khan leads to Sam's tragic death. She should not have married a Muslim and never wants to see Khan again. Because whenever she sees him, she will crazily imagine the scene of her son being beaten to death. Khan knows that Mandira is acting like this because of excessive grief. He can leave temporarily, but when can he come back? Mandira says that unless Khan can prove to the world that he is not a terrorist. She said something against her will and asks Khan to tell the President of the United States in person. "Say, Mr. President, my name is Khan. My Sam is not terrorist's son. He is just a kid. Come back after you do that." The next day, Khan packs up his bags and sets off on a journey to find the president. He is penniless, so he relies on his repair skills to earn rides and keep moving forward. Khan writes in his diary, "Dear Mandira, I remember chapter 5 of the Quran said that the death of an innocent life is equivalent to the destruction of all mankind. This means the death of those innocent lives in the 9/11 incident requires all mankind to pay the price. But I never thought it would cost our Sam." In fact, there are many feelings that Khan finds difficult to express in words and could only be written down. Failing to catch up the plane, so Khan gets to Washington half on foot and half by car. He rushes to a charity gala that raises money for the poor in Africa because he heard on the news that the president would attend. But after he paid $500 for the ticket, he learns that this is a fundraiser specifically for African Christians and that the president has already left. Khan isn't asking for his hard-earned $500 back, instead, letting the staff donate money to poor people who are not Christians, but who also need help. Then Khan continues to rush to the next event. On the road, he meets a black child who is injured in a fall, Joey. Khan personally carries him back home, and learns that Joey's mother also had another son who died on the battlefield in Iraq. Sharing the same experience, the two opens their hearts and comforts each other. They sincerely hope that this world will be free of violence and war. On Mandila's side, the police still haven't found the murderer. According to regulations, the police can only close the case after 6 months. But Mandira will never accept such a result. She prints out flyers and distributes them throughout the city on her own. On the other side, Khan arrives in Los Angeles and learns that the president is coming to visit a prestigious school. This time Khan comes to the site 3 days in advance for on-site inspection. After making plans, he goes to the mosque to pray and ask God to bless his wish to come true. Khan discovers an extremist Muslim in a mosque preaching sacrifice themselves to defend the dignity of Allah. Many Muslim brothers who are poor at critical thinking are excited about it. Khan decisively denies his statement, because Allah will never allow his people getting hurt. What Islam truly preaches is to use love to influence the world, rather than using hatred to eliminate dissidents. This is true of all major religions, whether God or Buddha. A good religion must persuade people to do good. Only cults advocate violence. After leaving the mosque, Khan is worried about what terrible things these extremists might do. So he calls the FBI to report it. Khan comes to school early in the afternoon and manages to squeeze into the front row. He keeps calling, "My name is Khan and I am not a terrorist." A journalism student is about to graduate, thinks the scene is interesting and films it. But the guy next to Khan misheard his words and thinks Khan is a real terrorist. Khan is violently controlled by the police and taken into an interrogation room. No sleep, no poop. Sudden heat, then sudden cold. Khan suffers inhuman torture. The main reason is that he is really suspected, because his backpack is full of information about the president's agenda. Although Khan admits that it's his wife who asked him to meet the president, but nobody believes him. Still, there are people who believe in Khan, such as the journalism student. It is clear to him that Khan is misunderstood. He sends the video to major TV stations. But no TV station is willing to report, because the current topic is too sensitive, and it might just be playing with fire and burning themselves. In the end, the student could only find a well-known journalist of Indian origin, hoping that he could help his people. But the reporter politely refuses. The student shakes his head helplessly because he knows that the great reporter is a Sikh. Just because they dress like Muslims, they are now forced to change their appearance and try not to be affected. If everyone keeps silent, people with Central and Western looks will always suffer discrimination. After hearing this, the reporter thinks for a while and finally decides to support. Khan's incident airs on prime time. This discriminatory treatment quickly resonates with the Muslim community. It also causes wild discussions in society. The government has to take Khan's case seriously. When Khan's reporting phone number is found, his suspicion is completely eliminated, because through that reporting call, the police captured a group of real terrorists. Learning the situation, Mandila also rushes to Los Angeles. But Khan only glances at Mandira and turns away. Because he hasn't fulfilled his promise yet. Khan waits at the station for the next event the president will attend. But he sees on the news in the waiting room that a hurricane hit Georgia, causing flooding in many areas. Khan remembers that is the hometown of Joey's mother and Joey. He is worried about the situation of them, so he suspends his current plan and heads to Georgia instead. Khan also tells his younger brother about his itinerary. When Khan arrives in Georgia, Joy's mother's village is about to be overwhelmed. Khan wades into the village alone. The surviving women and children, sick and disabled, are found in the highest church, including the mother and son. Joey's mother is very touched by Khan's arrival.
You should not be here.
Yes, I
This
should.
one, you cannot repair. Now go!
Khan doesn't just leave. He stays to repair the church and share the hardships with the villagers. In despair, his younger brother, Zakir, leads reporters and caring people to form a team to help them out.
While several hurricane-hit areas have suffered from government inaction, one small town in Georgia is slowly getting back on its feet. This group has brought something more valuable than money. They brought themselves.
Major TV stations report on the incident. Khan's name is resounding across the country. More and more people are following Khan's lead, gathering support teams and come to Georgia to help the victims rebuilding their homes. Changing the world is indeed a long process. Khan has taken his own small step. Countless people will follow his footsteps on this rugged path. Maybe the world still can't be changed, but you and I are already different. Before it's on the news. Whether they are Muslims or Americans, most people feel that Khan's persistent belief is meaningless. It's even ridiculous and can bring danger to yourself. But sometimes only a few people can act because they believe. So the majority can believe because they see. This is the power of faith. Khan says he will continue his trip to visit the president after the disaster is over. At the same time, after seeing the news about Khan, Sam's best friend Ritz is awakened and finally chooses to tell the truth. The police then quickly arrests the murderers. Mandira finally rushes to meet Khan. But unexpectedly, as soon as the couple meets, Khan gets revenge from an extremist Muslim. During the rescue operation where his life is in danger, a strong surviving desire continuously popping up on Khan's mind, because he hasn't fulfilled his promise to Mandira yet. With the support of this belief, Khan survives. A few months later, the first thing Khan does when he is discharged from hospital is to ask for an audience with the president. As he wishes, Khan, now a celebrity, manages to get an audience with the president. In front of the whole country, the president admits Khan is not a terrorist. His son is also not a terrorist. Of course, Khan does not forget to say hello to the president on behalf of the airport policeman. Mandira suddenly understands Khan and realizes her mistake. She sincerely prays to her son in her heart. Sam. Our Khan strives with his love and kindness to achieve what our hatred is incapable of. My anger separates us. But today his love will lead us to remember you with new hope. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.